comedians dressing up in whiteface, and I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband.
That's what she thinks is going to work on me. Making up AI photos and releasing them of my husband, literal AI photos, and trying to pass them off as authentic so she can make a claim that he's gay, accusing us of being separated like she did this weekend, attacking my children. That was trending.
Why did you claim Candace said that Erika killed Charlie? She's never said it that I've seen.
Why would she bother saying that? It was just like an attack from every angle yesterday.
Erika Kirk is now right in the middle of a huge online controversy after Candace Owens started asking even more questions about her, and things have gotten way more personal than people expected. Across social media, viewers started saying the drama exploded once critics claimed Candace's husband and family were getting dragged into the situation too. The whole story is still heavily debated online, but one thing is clear: this mess has turned chaotic fast. After Candace publicly criticized Erika again, online users began claiming that people connected to Erika, including Laura Loomer, started digging into Candace's husband, George Farmer. Laura reportedly posted an old mugshot and shared claims about why the arrest happened, according to viral online posts. Candace fired back almost immediately and said she had receipts that challenged the story being pushed around online.
Every morning I wake up to a new headline lying about me. I have comedians dressing up in whiteface. I have people saying I'm not fit to be CEO. And I have Candace Owens claiming I murdered my husband. And the list goes on and on.
That response only made the internet even louder, with people picking sides and non-stop arguments breaking out across platforms. For anyone who missed Erika's latest appearance, she sat down with Charlie on April 30th wearing all black. And during the interview, she claimed Candace Owens had connected her to speculation surrounding her husband's passing. Erika also talked about waking up to constant criticism, accusations, and endless online attacks based on clips spreading everywhere online. But that statement instantly caused backlash because Candace's supporters argued she never directly made that accusation. Instead, according to online conversations, Candace mainly questioned parts of the official timeline surrounding Charlie's passing, including Erika's whereabouts that day, how fast she seemed to return to public life, her involvement in preserving Charlie's legacy, and financial allegations tied to TPUSA. Those claims are still heavily disputed, and there has been no official confirmation backing them up.
His name is Alexander Dugin, who is sanctioned by the U.S. government because of his influence operations, who has said that his strategy is to stir up hatred and discord within the United States. No, it always has to be war, 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 and so that America starts to rip itself apart. And guess what? That Russian intelligence agent interacts with Candace Owens.
According to Candace's supporters, she never directly said Erika personally caused harm to her husband, and many viewers online believe Erika's version of events may have made Candace sound far more extreme than what was actually said. Critics online started claiming the moment was designed to damage Candace's credibility and distract from the larger questions she had been raising. At the same time, Erika's supporters pushed back hard and denied that interpretation completely. But instead of calming down, the situation got even messier across social media. After the interview aired, critics alleged that some of Erika's online supporters began targeting Candace non-stop online. Laura Loomer jumped right into the middle of the chaos and posted a mugshot she claimed was connected to Candace's husband, George Farmer, while hinting there was more to the story. That post instantly exploded across social media and sparked major backlash because many people felt the accusations were way too aggressive and personal. Laura wrote, "Exclusive. I have obtained the alleged mugshot of Candace Owens' British husband, George Farmer, from his alleged arrest in Nashville, Tennessee. Candace, do you want to explain this to your audience, or should I? Last week you said you had nothing to hide."
Turning Point USA people telling me to look further into Andrew Kova. Was it Aubrey, as he tries to insinuate? It was Mikey McCoy. Mikey McCoy got a message out to me via a third-party person that I should look more into Andrew Colbert. Why would Mikey McCoy say that I should look more into? And I did look into, things got very shady. And that's when I started going, who the hell is Andrew Colbert, actually? He's obviously not a very good PR agent. Everybody can see that. Who is Andrew Colbert? What are his ties?
Then the drama took another wild turn. Laura also posted what she described as a police report tied to a vehicle incident and allegations involving impaired driving. But online users quickly started questioning whether the report had anything to do with George at all. The situation got even more awkward after the post received a community note calling out problems with the document. According to the note, the arrest report did not belong to Candace's husband, British-born Thomas Stall Farmer. The note also highlighted several issues with the paperwork, including spelling mistakes, a birth date that reportedly did not match, and even a completely different hair color listed in the report. Because of that, many people online argued the entire post only created more confusion and made the controversy look even more chaotic. People online immediately started calling the whole situation reckless, especially after the community note raised serious questions about the report being shared. Instead of hurting Candace's credibility, critics argued the move may have completely backfired and made Erika's side look way too aggressive.
Everyone is asking why I even went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and it was because many of the journalists in that room have attempted to dehumanize me, and I wanted to meet some of them face to face.
Across social media, users accused Laura Loomer of spreading misleading information in an attempt to shift attention away from the bigger questions Candace had been asking from the start. Even though the controversy is still part of a much larger online feud, Candace strongly pushed back against the claims and pointed to information she said challenged the entire story involving George. Her supporters quickly defended her and argued things crossed a major line once family members became part of the public drama. From there, the situation exploded into a full internet war, with both sides throwing accusations around while viewers struggled to figure out what information was actually verified and what was just online speculation. The backlash only got louder after people noticed Laura allegedly kept the post online even after users questioned the report's accuracy. Critics claimed that decision made it seem like there was a major effort to damage Candace's reputation no matter what. Meanwhile, Candace's supporters argued the non-stop attacks showed her critics were nervous about what she could reveal next.
A journalist from the Daily Mail came up to me. She introduced herself, and she was very gracious. She was saying, "You look so beautiful. I'm so sorry for your loss." To which I replied, "It is so nice to put a name to the face, especially with all of the slander, the lies, accusations that are out there surrounding my husband's and myself."
Others disagreed completely and said Candace's own claims still needed stronger proof before people should fully believe them. But then the drama spiraled even further. After Laura Loomer's post about Candace's husband received heavy criticism, people connected to TPUSA allegedly stepped into the conversation too. TPUSA spokesman Andrew Colvett reportedly shared screenshots of an alleged text exchange between Candace and former TPUSA employee Aubrey, claiming the messages showed Candace joking about Erika and her husband. That instantly fueled another wave of arguments online as both sides accused each other of twisting the narrative. Aubrey later stepped in herself and directly challenged Andrew's version of the situation. She accused him of twisting the conversation and using the screenshots in a way that completely changed the meaning behind the exchange. Aubrey wrote, "Andrew, this isn't a misunderstanding. It's a very obvious spin. Calling that bragging is just not a serious interpretation. You're doing exactly what Candace said, avoiding the truth and hoping people won't notice." That response instantly grabbed attention online because someone directly involved in the conversation was publicly pushing back against how the messages were being presented.
No, totally. There'll be people that are like, "Did you see what they're saying about you on X?" And I'm like, no, I don't have time. I don't have time. And actually, quite frankly, I really do not care. I am actually really busy right now playing Magna Tiles, and that is way more important.
Changing diapers.
Yeah.
Instead of damaging Candace, many viewers felt Andrew's post actually created even more scrutiny over how private messages were being leaked, cropped, and framed across social media. Critics quickly accused figures connected to TPUSA of selectively posting screenshots to shape public opinion and push a certain narrative. Supporters denied anything misleading happened and argued the screenshots spoke for themselves. But at the same time, Candace's supporters claimed the non-stop criticism aimed at her was starting to look coordinated and personal rather than organic. They pointed to the Mugshot controversy, the disputed police report, and the leaked text messages as examples of what they believed was a larger campaign to discredit her publicly. Other people online argued the feud had turned into a total media circus, where every new post triggered another wave of accusations, denials, and confusion that spread even faster across the internet. Aubrey did not stop there either. She reportedly pushed for the entire conversation to be released instead of selective screenshots being posted out of context. That demand immediately made even more people suspicious that key parts of the exchange may have been left out on purpose. As the drama kept growing, viewers online became increasingly divided over who was actually telling the full story and who was shaping the narrative for damage control. Critics online started saying it looked like certain people were desperately searching for anything they could use against Candace, even though many of the claims being pushed remained heavily disputed. But then the situation escalated even more after some commentators began throwing around accusations suggesting Candace had connections to Russian intelligence. That claim instantly triggered a huge reaction online. Many viewers mocked the accusation and argued the controversy was getting more extreme and unbelievable by the day. Others said that instead of responding to the actual questions Candace had been raising, critics were relying on dramatic labels, distractions, and shock value accusations to shift the conversation. No official evidence or confirmation has been provided to support those claims. Even so, social media exploded with reactions from people on both sides of the feud. One user on X wrote, "Did Larry Looney come up with that? You guys sure are attacking Candace with a lot of propaganda. You just can't handle truth tellers." Another person posted, "LOL. You don't believe this. This is the psyop sent against Candace because you all are mad that your Black Widow friend is being exposed for the Jezebel and Delilah she is." As the internet kept spiraling with arguments and speculation, Candace added even more fuel to the controversy by claiming TPUSA was dealing with serious internal problems behind the scenes. According to her commentary, growing tension inside the organization could explain why Erika and people connected to her appeared increasingly defensive online. That allegation also remains unverified, but it quickly became another massive talking point across social media. Candace claimed the issues inside TPUSA had allegedly been building quietly for a long time before finally spilling into public view. Based on her version of events, the organization was facing internal conflict, former allies were beginning to turn on each other, and private disagreements were suddenly becoming public drama for everyone online to watch unfold. That accusation sparked another huge wave of online debate as people started wondering just how serious the alleged problems inside TPUSA could really be. Candace's supporters argued the non-stop attacks against her were not really about protecting the truth at all, but instead about controlling the public narrative before more information could come out. Critics pushed back hard and accused everyone involved of turning serious accusations into internet entertainment designed for clicks, reactions, and attention. No matter which side people believed, the feud had clearly grown way beyond a normal political disagreement, and every new post seemed to drag even more people into the chaos online. Then Candace made another explosive claim that immediately sent social media into overdrive. She alleged that TPUSA Chief of Staff Mikey McCoy contacted her through a third party and encouraged her to investigate TPUSA spokesman Andrew Colvett over a possible conspiracy. That accusation instantly raised even more questions because viewers began speculating about what kind of internal conflict could allegedly be happening behind closed doors inside TPUSA. At the same time, Erika's supporters started spreading claims that Candace had supposedly backed away from some of her earlier allegations involving Erika. Candace quickly shut that down herself and directly denied retracting anything she had previously said. She wrote, "I have not retracted a single claim I have made about Erika Kirk. Stop with the BS Twitter trends. I stand by every single statement I have made and have not edited any of my past statements. In light of Brian Harpole's lawsuit, I look forward to the power of subpoena." That statement instantly reignited the controversy because Candace made it crystal clear she was not backing down from her public claims or distancing herself from the accusations she had already discussed online. Supporters praised her for standing firm, while critics argued the situation was becoming even more explosive with every new statement being posted. For context, Brian Harpole, who was reportedly Charlie's head of security on the day he passed away, is now suing Candace over statements connected to the Fort Huachuca story and accusing her of spreading false information. Candace has denied retracting any of her claims, and the legal battle is still ongoing. The lawsuit added a completely new level to the controversy because the fight was no longer just happening through viral posts and online arguments. It had officially entered the courtroom. Candace's supporters quickly argued that subpoenas, legal filings, and court proceedings could eventually expose private communications and behind-the-scenes details that the public has not seen yet. Critics disagreed and claimed the growing pile of accusations from all sides was only making the situation more confusing, especially as different groups continued pushing competing versions of what supposedly happened. At this stage, the controversy has turned into a non-stop public spectacle involving former allies, political commentators, lawsuits, leaked screenshots, private messages, and constant online accusations flying in every direction. Instead of cooling off, the tension appears to be growing even stronger as more people jump into the debate. Every time someone speaks out, another claim gets challenged, and both sides continue insisting they have evidence supporting their side of the story. The drama intensified again after Harple's lawyer publicly posted the lawsuit on X and wrote, "On behalf of Brian Harple, I filed this defamation lawsuit against Candace Owens and Mitchell Snow. We will not be providing any other statements. You can follow me for updates." That post immediately caught attention online because many viewers thought it was unusual for such a serious legal dispute to be promoted through social media, while also encouraging users to follow the account for future updates. Some people argued it made the lawsuit look even more public and media-driven, while others said it was simply a modern way of sharing developments in a high-profile case that had already exploded across the internet. Candace also fired back against the claims made in the lawsuit and questioned why Brian Harple was blaming her for losing clients and contracts instead of the public fallout connected to Charlie Kirk's passing while he was reportedly serving as head of security. Her supporters argued the growing backlash against Candace only proved she was speaking on topics certain people allegedly did not want brought into public discussion. Critics strongly disagreed and accused nearly everyone involved of turning a serious and emotional situation into non-stop internet drama for attention, influence, and online engagement. But one of the biggest issues fueling debate right now is Erika's public reaction throughout the controversy. Critics online have repeatedly questioned why Erika appears more openly upset with Candace and internet commentators than with the person accused in connection to Charlie's death. Many people keep bringing up the emotional statement Erika made shortly after the tragedy when she publicly spoke about forgiveness. "I forgive him," she reportedly said. "That young man, I forgive him." That moment surprised a lot of viewers online and quickly became one of the most talked about parts of the situation. Now, critics are comparing that earlier response to the frustration Erika has shown toward people questioning her online, including commentators, parody skits, and social media criticism. Some users claim Erika appears more emotional when responding to online commentary about herself than when publicly discussing the tragedy involving her husband. Others pushed back against those criticisms and argued that grief affects everyone differently and should not be judged by strangers on the internet. They pointed out that people process trauma in deeply personal ways, especially while under intense public attention and non-stop social media pressure. Still, that contrast has become one of the biggest reasons the debate around Erika keeps getting more heated online. Some viewers believe her reactions toward critics have increased public suspicion and controversy rather than calming the situation down, while others think the internet is unfairly overanalyzing every emotional response she makes. Others online argued that grief affects every person differently and that the internet may be unfairly picking apart emotional reactions during an extremely painful situation. Still, the debate refuses to slow down because every interview, social media post, and public statement is being analyzed in real time by supporters, critics, influencers, and commentators across the internet. Meanwhile, Candace and many of her followers continue framing the backlash against her as proof that powerful people are nervous about the questions she keeps raising publicly. On the other side, critics insist Candace is pushing speculation without enough hard evidence to fully support her claims. Either way, the situation has now turned into one of the most talked about online political dramas in recent memory, and the non-stop accusations, lawsuits, and public feuds show no real signs of slowing down anytime soon. Another moment that got people talking happened when Erika mentioned an interaction involving the Daily Mail. During the discussion, she reportedly brought up how one of the first things a journalist supposedly told her was how beautiful she looked. That detail instantly sparked reactions online because many viewers were confused about why comments about appearance were being brought up during such a serious conversation. Critics argued Erika appeared overly focused on remarks about her looks, internet jokes, and online mockery instead of directly addressing the larger controversy connected to events after Charlie's passing. Some viewers also pointed out that Erika had previously claimed she did not spend time reading hateful comments or paying attention to online criticism because she was supposedly too busy for that. Those comments led to accusations of inconsistency and triggered another wave of debate across social media. Others pushed back against the criticism and argued the backlash might have become less intense if Erika had stepped away from the spotlight for a period of time after the tragedy and focused privately on her family, instead of continuing to engage publicly online. Critics especially focused on the fact that Erika had previously spoken in favor of traditional family roles, which led some online users to question why she remained so active in political discussions and media appearances after the tragedy. At the same time, many viewers acknowledged that Erika originally received an enormous amount of public sympathy following Charlie's death before the online controversy started spiraling out of control. Now, a growing number of people online are saying that sympathy may have slowly faded as the interviews, social media fights, leaked messages, and public disputes continued stacking up. Critics argue that nearly every new response or appearance seems to create even more questions and controversy instead of calming rumors down or clearing the air. Supporters of Erika strongly disagree and insist she has every right to defend herself publicly after becoming the target of non-stop accusations, speculation, and internet commentary. They argue that staying silent would only encourage even more rumors to spread unchecked online. At the center of the entire controversy is a massive divide between people who believe Candace is exposing uncomfortable questions that others do not want discussed, and people who think the situation has turned into reckless internet drama fueled by speculation and personal attacks. Either way, the conflict has grown into a huge political and social media spectacle, with both sides accusing each other of manipulation, dishonesty, and trying to control the narrative while millions of people continue watching the fallout unfold online. A lot of people online believe Erika could have stepped away from the public spotlight and handled her grief privately after everything that happened. Instead, critics continue pointing to how quickly she returned to major public appearances, including moments where she appeared on stage smiling for cameras while crowds cheered and fireworks went off not long after her husband's passing. Those moments sparked heavy debate online and became a major talking point across social media. Since then, viewers have noticed Erika continuing to appear at events, interviews, podcasts, and photo opportunities, which has only added more discussion surrounding her public image and role inside the controversy. Critics argue that if even part of Candace's claims were ever supported with solid evidence, the fallout could seriously impact Erika's reputation, public image, branding, and support base moving forward. Some online users believe Erika appears more focused on protecting her reputation and defending TPUSA than directly answering the questions people keep raising online. Others claim the repeated attacks aimed at Candace from figures like Laura Loomer and other TPUSA allies have only made the situation appear even more suspicious to certain viewers watching everything unfold. At the same time, the allegations remain heavily disputed, and Erika's supporters strongly deny that anything improper is being hidden. Still, critics argue that every time the focus shifts toward attacking Candace instead of directly responding to the larger questions, more people begin looking deeper into the situation for themselves. No matter which side people believe, this controversy has clearly grown far beyond a normal political disagreement and turned into one of the internet's biggest ongoing public feuds. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Whose side are you on in all this drama? And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next update.